So, lads, today we're talking about what is one of the dumbest debates in the WNBA right now. We've got the Paige Bueckers versus Caitlin Clark debate. So let me just put this out there. Paige Bueckers is playing with the MIP, an all WNBA second team player, a player that a lot of people rate really highly in Alyssa Smith, a max contract player in McCown, a great young player in Segrist, a starter on a top 3 seed in Ty Harris, and they have won 0 games. Caitlin Clark's team has won 2 games. They've played against some of the same teams, and they're 2 possessions, 2 better executed possessions down the stretch away from being 4-0. So, yeah, there's a big difference. And look, Paige, it's one thing. Like, look, Caitlin was 25 years old in college. Like, she's come in. She's like, what, 28 years old now? And Paige Bueckers is she's that young up-and-coming player. She's only in her first year. She must be younger. Oh, wait. Paige is older than Caitlin Clark. So she surely must be better. No. 13 and 6 assists versus 19 and 9 on quite similar shooting efficiency. And Diana Taurasi. High praise in Paige Bueckers' future. She's going to be the best player in the league. I mean this when I say this. Paige Bueckers arguably might not be one of the top 2 players in her draft class. And that's not that's not a knock on Paige Bueckers. That's how high I am on Sonia Citron and Dominique Malonga. Paige Bueckers, as of right now, in my Rookie of the Year race, is 4th. She is 4th, and a very close 4th. As in, Akoa Makani is very close to overtaking her for 4th. Who is, again, Akoa Makani's the same age. She is behind Janelle Salone, who is, 3 weeks older than her? And for me, she's also behind Kiki Iriafen and Sonia Citron. Obviously, they've been the 2 best rookies. But you've got Diana Taurasi coming out here and saying Paige Bueckers is going to be the best player in the WNBA. And a lot of people are calling out Taurasi. They're like, nice to see a legend give props to rookies, unlike some other legends in a basketball league. I mean, Diana Taurasi with Caitlin Clark was reality is coming. And Caitlin Clark was one singular rebound. And by the way, it was a rebound when they took her off for a defensive possession, up 5. Like, there was no reason to take her out for a defensive possession when you were up 5 with 15 seconds to go. And the ball landed. The ball landed in the hands of the person they subbed on where Caitlin Clark was going to be for the first ever rookie triple-double. Luckily enough, a week later, it happened. We saw 1 week later, she got the triple-double. But, yeah. We'll see about that. Nothing to see here. Alone praise and love. And that's it. There's no reality is coming when it's Paige. Because, let's be real, the Yukon Mafia sticks together. The Yukon Mafia sticks together. Like, never forget, in the year of 2016, the WNBA MVP was Candace Parker. The WNBA Finals MVP was Neko Wumake. They were 2 of the 5 best players in the world. And the great Gina Auriemma, the Yukon coach, said, you know what? We're not going to bring either of them. We're going to bring this rookie who's on a losing team just because I coached her in college. Like, we're not going to bring 2 of the 5 best players in the world. We're not going to bring Candace Parker to the Olympics because we're going to bring Breanna Steward. And by the way, Stewie was unbelievable, but it was like Candace Parker. Like the 2016 US Olympics team was way better than the 2024 one. The 2024 one in comparison brought 1 point guard, it was an injured Chelsea Gray. They brought 7 players to play the same position. They it was mad. Every single player on the team was shoot first other than Alyssa Thomas. It was just the worst constructed team I've ever seen. And that's what they brought. And they still refused to bring the rookie. But you could guarantee if Caitlin Clark went to Yukon, they said that. Caitlin Clark went to Yukon, everything would be different. And that's proof here. With one of the greatest, if not the greatest player of all time. And obviously, look, she's publicly talking about her alum. If you ask Diana Taurasi, who's going to be better, Caitlin or Paige? It's going to be Caitlin. Like if you ask Diana Taurasi who is who they have as the top, who she has the top young player in the WNBA, and she was off camera, I would be shocked. I would be absolutely shocked if she wouldn't say Caitlin Clark. But again, it's just Yukon. It is just Yukon. The Yukon bias. The Yukon bias has affected everything in the WNBA. There are so many players that get max contracts because they went to Yukon. There are so many players that are in the WNBA because they went to Yukon. If we're being completely honest, like, there's absolutely no reason why Katie Lou Samuelson lasted this long in the league. And, like, I stand by this. She was in the league. She stayed in the league this long, and she keeps getting max contracts because Gina Oriema keeps saying she's the missing piece for championship teams. Like, there's Yukon tax on all of these players. Like, realistically, there was no reason for Nika Mule to be drafted. There was no reason she was a second-round pick. There was no reason for Caitlin Chen to be drafted. She was drafted. Like, if you go to Yukon, you're guaranteed to be drafted, which bodes really well for the old Irish basketball, because Gandhi Maluma Mel is like a 6'6", super raw prospect coming in as a freshman this year into Yukon. Probably won't play much this year, but in a couple of years she will. And guaranteed to be drafted. Kaylee Heckle's gone to Yukon. You can guarantee Kaylee Heckle's going to be drafted. Did Yukon get Sarah Williams in the end? Did Yukon get her in the end? Yeah, Yukon got Sarah Williams. So you know Sarah Williams is going to suddenly be a top 5 pick. Like, Yukon is the rich getting richer. Like, Yukon's turned into freaking Yukon again. The only one player I'm not going to call Yukon tax for overhyping is the great Sarah Strong. Like, everybody watching her play 3-on-3, talking about how great she was. I'm like, no, she played Ireland. Again, she played an Irish team, and who, no offense to that Irish team, like, we didn't bring out our best possible team. We didn't bring out any. I'm not sure if we brought in anyone on the senior national team. We didn't bring out our best possible team, in my opinion. And Sarah Strong is Sarah Strong. But yeah, it's a really, really interesting situation. And look, obviously, if you ask Sue Bird who's better between the two of them, Sue Bird would just probably refuse to answer. Because Sue Bird knows it's Caitlin. Like, they all know it's Caitlin Clark. Everybody knows the answer to this question is, in fact, Caitlin Clark. People aren't dumb. Like, they know the answer to who's better between Caitlin and Paige in the year of 2025. There's no question about that. The answer to that question is Caitlin Clark. And if you're answering Paige Bueckers in the year of 2025, you're a Yukon alum. You're either a Yukon alum, you're Paige Bueckers' parents, or you're a Dallas Wings player. And honestly, I'm not even sure every Dallas Wings player is going to answer that. But anyway, I'll see you guys.